Hello, Spirit speaking. Here's a few moments I like to call the Cosmic Giggles. You know, those situations in life that all of us have had where something happens that just ticks you off, and later, when a light bulb goes off in your head, you suddenly realize that while you were busy doing damage control in the 3D, the universe may have been quietly running the bigger picture. And when that bulb is finally lit, sometimes the whole thing turns out to have been nothing short of a one-act comedy show. This is what happens when we skip the check-in. So there you are, deciding to go for a peaceful walk. It's not a fitness challenge, not a transformation journey, not a full personality reset with matching water bottle and a new morning routine. Nope, just a walk, a simple walk. Get some fresh air, movement, clear the mind. Maybe hear a bird or look at some trees. Maybe remember that you are a living soul and not just a person who answers messages, moves laundry around, and wonders what to make for dinner. Spirit gently whispers, go outside, breathe. Beautiful. Simple, kind. And that's all it should have been, the whole thing. But you put your shoes on, and the moment the shoes go on, ego kicks in the door with a headset and a clipboard. All right. Everybody stay still. This walk is now a lifestyle intervention. Suddenly, this is no longer a walk. This is a rebrand. Ego starts pacing like it's been personally appointed Chief Executive Officer of becoming a better person by Monday. Step 1, walk. Step 2, hydrate. Step 3, establish a new routine. Step 4, delete unnecessary apps. Step 5, become unrecognizable in a peaceful way. Spirit says, beloved, it's just a walk. Ego says, that's how all awakenings begin. So you step outside, and at first it's actually nice. The air feels good, the sky's doing something pretty, and the trees are minding their business, and for a few moments you're calm. Your shoulders drop, your breath settles, and you think, I should do this more often. Just a normal thought. Harmless. But ego hears it. Ego lifts the clipboard. Excellent. Now we're becoming a walking person. Spirit says you took 12 steps. Ego says every movement begins with commitment. Now your mind starts building a plan. Maybe you'll walk every morning. Not once in a while, every morning at sunrise with lemon water. Maybe you'll become one of those peaceful people who says things like, I like to start my day with movement. You imagine yourself glowing, organized, centered, owning breathable clothing. You're no longer just walking around the block. You're becoming a lifestyle. Spirit says, just enjoy the walk. Ego says, we need goals. Now you begin tracking. How far have you gone? How many steps? How many minutes? Geez, was that enough? Should I go further? Should this be a route? Should I name the route? Oh, should you become someone who has routes? You pass one person walking confidently in athletic clothes and suddenly ego starts comparing. Observe, experienced walker, strong pace, proper footwear, possible morning routine, superiority. Spirit says you don't need to compete with a stranger on the sidewalk. Ego says, noted, increase your pace. So now your peaceful walk has become slightly aggressive. You're now walking faster, not too fast, but just fast enough to prove something to nobody. You pass a tree and barely notice it because now you're thinking about whether you should drink more water, stretch more, sleep earlier, start a meal prep, organize your calendar, and finally deal with that one drawer that's bugging you in the kitchen. The walk was supposed to clear your mind. Instead, it's opened every tab. Spirit says, come back to the moment, beloved. Ego says, the moment has inspired a complete life overhaul. Now you see someone jogging. Dangerous. Because now ego says, maybe we should jog. Spirit says, you came outside to walk. Ego says, walking is gateway movement. No, beloved, you are not jogging today. You're wearing the wrong bra, the wrong socks, the wrong emotional framework. But ego loves escalation. It says, just a little jog. So you try for about 14 seconds, and immediately your body says, absolutely not. So you return to walking with the dignity of someone who has just received clear guidance from the lower back. Spirit says, thank you for listening. Ego says, we'll revisit jogging in quarter 3. So you continue walking. The air is still fresh, the birds are still singing, and for a moment something genuinely soft happens. You feel space. You feel your own breath, and you remember that life does not always have to be managed from a chair while staring at a screen. And in that little opening, gently, Spirit says, "See, you needed this." But ego cannot leave a peaceful moment alone. Ego whispers, "We should change everything." Now suddenly you're planning a new life. You will walk every morning. You'll stop scrolling at night. You'll clean that closet. You'll answer emails immediately, and you will become calmer in traffic. You're going to cook more vegetables, and you will finally use the journal you bought during that one inspired weekend. You will become the kind of person who prepares things the night before. You'll probably start saying, "I'm in the season of alignment." Spirit says, "Oh, could you just finish the walk?" Ego says, "Too late, we have momentum." You pass a bench and you think, "Maybe I should sit." Ego says, "No sitting. Sitting is how the old life wins." Spirit says, "Sitting is also allowed for one moment, and it is lovely." But then ego starts turning the bench into a symbolic moment. This bench represents the pause before the new chapter. No, it's a bench, a nice bench, a perfectly normal bench that did not ask to be a metaphor. But now you're looking into the distance like you're in a movie trailer in the beginning of your own transformation. A squirrel runs by. Ego says, "Even nature is moving forward." Spirit says, "The squirrel's looking for food." Now the walk continues, and as you're heading home, you get closer. That original peaceful feeling starts returning. Not the dramatic life reset, not the giant plan. Just a little more calm, a little more air in the body, and a little less noise in the mind. And suddenly you see it. You look up, give your head a shake, and that's when Spirit gives you the cosmic wink.